the North Andrew. It's the North Andrew Show.
Hey, what the hell? Best hits of the 80s and 90s are right here on your FM2. We're off to a flying start, people. Good morning to you. It's the North Andrew Show on a brand new weekend, the second day of March. Some Motortown for you right here on FM2. Hey! Best hits of the 80s and 90s are right here on your FM2. Dr. Robert and the Blow Monkeys. I don't recommend you going around doing that. That's how AIDS started. Somebody buggered a monkey. Moving on with more of the music as the North Andrew Show keeps going. Or just gets started, actually. Michael Bolton, right here on FM2. Birds fly away. The best hits of the 80s and 90s are right here on your FM2 from 1989. UB40, a group named after the unemployment form in the UK that you have to fill out. The form is UB40, the way you do the things you do. 922, what I do is play you the music. My name is North Andrew. Thank you for being here. It's a brand new month, a brand new weekend, and I have poison for you. Right here on your Hitback Music Nation, we are FM2, baby. Lately. Oh, yeah, Hitback Music Nation FM2. It is music from the Doobie Brothers, and I promise not to do the corny joke that I always do when I play that song. It's one for J.P. Herrera on the Shoutbox. As we move on with Carole King from 1971, right here on FM2.
Stayed in bed all morning just to pass the time.
Music Nation FM2, bounce for me, baby, bounce for me. Everybody in the radio booth bouncing along to that song. Denise Williams, sister of Nephew Williams. Oh, man, I suck. Free for Alexis Araneta, who is tuned in. She's also on the FM2 Shoutbox. You should get on that Viber thread so you can make your requests as we pick up the pace of it with Prince Rogers Nelson. Prince and the Revolution and Pop Life right here on your Hitback Music Nation. We are FM2. Oh, yeah, Hitback Music Nation FM2. That was actor Billy Crystal doing his Fernando character from Saturday Night Live, and you look marvelous. It's an RT classic. Happy to play it for you. It's a request for on the FM2 Shoutbox. You should get on that. It's a Viber thread where you can interact with the DJs and other listeners as well. Great people on that thread, and you should tune in. I'm sorry, I'm lost. You should tune in to FM2, not just on your radio sets, but also on www.fm2.ph. That is the streaming site of FM2, and it works on all kinds of gadgets. Your phone, your tablets, your laptops. Go crazy. 9:59 right now. North is on a radio. It's a brand new month, the second day of March. In fact, on Thursday, it'll be International Women's Day. And in line with that, I guess, the UAAP Women's Football League is happening later today at the Circulo Verde pitch. FEU versus Ateneo de Manila at 1 p.m. and UST versus UP at 3 p.m. Go look for my friend Chuck Severino. He runs that football field, or pitch, sorry, and he'll take good care of you. You're listening to 104.3 DWFT. We are FM2.
This is your Hitback Music Nation, the station with 3 stars and a sun. Red, white, and blue. 104.3 FM2.
Best hits of the 80s and 90s as we move on with more of the music. You know, here on the North Andrew Show, we try and replicate the feel of 99.5 RT back in the day. So I figured I'd play you this. This is the 99.5 RT theme song, which listeners like Anthony Frank Tan will recognize. The TM Century Singers for you right here on FM2. Oh, yes, the best hits of the 80s and 90s are right here on your FM2. It's music from 1982. And I Level and Give Me at 20 minutes after 10 o'clock. North Andrew on the radio. Play the music you want to hear, hopefully, this Saturday morning. Brand new month, brand new weekend. What you guys doing? Whatever you do, make sure to keep us close as we take you back in time to 1982. And this one's a request, Gary's Gang. Right here on your Hitback Music Nation, we are FM2.
North Andrew Nation. The North Andrew Show.
Best hits of the 80s and 90s are right here on your FM2. That is obviously not Radiohead. It's ABC, the guys who gave you Look of Love and all that. And High and Dry. Shout out to Anthony and Irma who are tuned in, as well as DVD 316 on the Viber thread. Hello, Richie Castro, Jake Cattrall from the Regis Boys. They're all tuned in as I give you an acoustic version of Four Non-Blondes right here on FM2. Oops.
For a destination.
Hit back Music Nation FM2. Danielle likes that song. Hi, Sabine. It is 10:45. The best hits of the 80s and 90s are right here on your FM2, making it nice and easy for you on a Saturday morning as we motor on with more of the music. This one's from 1995, out of the country of Sweden. It is Eric Gadd, who I am surprised is not black. Sorry. You're listening to your Hit Back Music Nation FM2. It's Ash Wednesday next Wednesday. Yeah, next week already. Man, this the days are flying by. Just like the hits here on 104.3 DWFT, the PBSR app, and www.fm2.ph.
This is your Hit Back Music Nation. The station with 3 stars and a sun. Red, white, and blue. 104.3 FM2.
The best hits of the 80s and 90s are right here on your FM2. It is music from REM. That's my favorite REM song. Radio Free Europe. 6 minutes after 11 o'clock in North Andrew Auto Radio. Saying hello to my millennial listener, Chelsea Gloria. She's locked in. As well as Victor and Cookie. Thank you for being here. This one is from 1979 now. Mick Jones and the Rest of the Clash. And a classic called Lost in the Supermarket. This is Rob's song. This is FM2.
Such a shame.
Best hits of the 80s and 90s are right here on your FM2 from 1984. Mark Hollis, lead singer of Talk Talk, who recently passed away. He was a visionary, very avant-garde and very classy, and we will miss him as we move on with more of the music. Hey, Jason Kibila, an ace photographer, is tuned in. Thanks for being here, buddy. Some OMD, Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark, and this one is called Souvenir. Music from 1981. Right here on your Hit Back Music Nation, we are FM2.
It's the North Andrew. It's the North Andrew Show.
Oh yeah, the best hits of the 80s and 90s are right here on your FM2, the original 80s boy band, Duran Duran. You know, speaking of boy bands, New Kids on the Block, their debut album is turning 30 this month. But who gives a crap about them? Never mind. Let's move on with more of the music. This one, a little rockabilly for you. The Polecats from 1982 and memories of the Corinthian party days. This is FM2. Oh yeah, best hits of the 80s and 90s. From 1981, Brian Setzer, Lee Rocker, Slim Jim Phantom, the Stray Cats, and Rock This Town. That's what we're doing on a Saturday morning. Going to take a quick break. You know, I thought I Marie Kondo'd all the commercials, but we have one plug here that has to go on the air. And then we come back with more of your requests. Getting so many requests. Thank you for the effort. I will come back with, let me see, music from the movie Pulp Fiction right after this.
This is Rhythm and Blues. Timeless classics you know and love. Funky grooves. Smooth rhythms. It's the perfect music blend for the weekend. When you just want to take it easy on a Saturday night. Stay at home or have friends over for some drinks and good conversation.
Sounds good. I like it.
Rhythm and Blues. Classic jazz rhythms to set the mood. Soulful grooves as the weekend vibe comes alive. Groovy, rhythmic, smooth, non-toxic. Just plain feel-good weekend music you can come home to. Rhythm and Blues. Saturday nights on FM2. Because they don't make music like they used to.
Best hits of the 80s and 90s are right here on your FM2 from that very sexy scene in Pulp Fiction with Uma Thurman dancing before she shot herself up with heroin. Urge overkill for you as we move on with Edwyn Collins right here on your Hit Back Music Nation. We are FM2. Yeah. I love that cheesy part. Best hits of the 80s and 90s are right here on your FM2. It's an OPM classic. Marisa Bunyag and the rest of Rage. Juan Miguel Salvador, who is still active in the music industry, is also in that band. And believe me, that one is for a request by Mimoy Castillo on the FM2 Shoutbox. This one now is Francis M. My favorite song from him is not a rap song.
Sunshine
of the 80s and 90s. I forgot that's how it ends. Best hits of the 80s and 90s. I guarantee you won't hear that on any other radio station. Classics Nouveau. Memories of the Social Distortion days. Hi, Lito David. And guess what? Mark Cross from 99.5 RT is listening all the way from San Francisco. He's on www.fm2.ph. Hey, Marcus. Thanks for being here. Sorry I couldn't play your song. My show's over. Yeah. That laughter you hear in the background is none other than Jeremiah Jr. He's taken over with more... What?
You can go on if you like.
No, that's okay, man. I got it.
Beautiful birthday.
Yes. That's it for the show this weekend. Thank you for tuning me in. It's just a reminder, Ash Wednesday this coming week already. Man.
Oh, God, really?
Yes, God, really. Yes, and so summer is upon us. It is time for me to go. I'm supposed to tell you something else. Never mind. Forget it. That's it. I'm out of here. Thank you for everybody who joined me on the FM2 Shout Box. Thank you, Regis, for tuning in. I am out of here. I will leave you now with this one of my favorites from Culture Club. Music from 1983 and a sad, sad song called Victims. Y'all be good. Catch you all same time, same channel next week. Jeremiah Jr. is next on FM2. Goodbye.
The victims we know so well, they